I'm just about to head down to Skip. Welcome and good afternoon on the 30th of May 23. I shouldn't actually be doing these jobs, but I just thought, well, it's a beautiful day, but I was walking yesterday, so I thought just get on with things. These are the, that's my old school tie from high school, which the mouse, which had taken residence in the loft, obviously enjoyed fucking tearing apart, and the Morrison's jacket, which was, well, it was actually my brother's who won a scholarship to Morrison's. So he doesn't know about this yet, that the mouse decided that it made a fine material for his house. Can I show you? So this, I'm going to take the pocket off this razor blade, and I'll dump the jacket. I've absolutely no point keeping that even for posterity. I doesn't even know that I've got it. I don't know how I got it. I think when the house clearance after, well, Mum died, and then Dad eventually, a number of years later, ended up in the residential home. But so the family cleared things, and this must have been stuffed into something to do with me. And I keep on wondering about my trophies. I don't know what happened to them. It disturbs me. I made a separate vlog about that actually. I have a lot of vlogs to load, but you can understand I'm not going to be sitting in front of a computer in hot sunshine making videos for other people's pleasure when I could be doing so many other activities. So you just have to hold fire. I'm very sorry everybody. You just have to wait until inclement weather. This is this bunker, which is a storage unit which turns into a useless region for keeping unnecessary bags. I seem to have a OCD hoarding habit of keeping old peat bags. I think I'll just get rid of them, Andy. And my fine Italian leather jacket. It's seen better days, unfortunately. It's in good condition, but it's just going to the dump. Same with a lot of my clothes in here. Unfortunately, just got to make a decision at times. So I'll skip down to the dump in the next 5 minutes with this lot. And I was doing a quick repair job here. I decided to put this on after all. This will give it additional protection from the weather. I think I mentioned that. So that's good. And I retrieved my garden canes, which I bought a couple of years back. So they'll be put to use for staking up further Michaelmas daisies and stuff when they reach the appropriate heights. Well, I need to get them in. I've got most of the canes in actually just now, but I need to prop them up a wee bit, because they will start to flower. They normally come out around about Wimbledon time, so 3 or 4 weeks they'll be looking well. I've laid out my slats in readiness for tomorrow's wood delivery, which is actually coming at 8 o'clock now, because the road's closed at Newton Breg. There's such a lot of well, annoyance about the whole thing, because they're only doing a 300 metre stretch, and they've closed the road and made a 70 plus mile detour for everybody. It's ridiculous actually. I don't think they've ever heard of traffic lights and doing one carriage at a time. But anyway, this doesn't affect me actually, because I'm not going to Aberfeldy for a bread run until next week, and I'm already stocked up. And of course I've no real need to be going up to Amalree or anything just now, not when the weather's pleasant. But seeds are coming through. That's the nasturtiums here. Well, nasturtiums and calendula, Andrew. Remember you scattered them amongst them each, yes. You put some nasturtium in here as well as that then there is calendula. And that one's a calendula. That's a nasturtium. You know, this little tiny thing. But let's get this Morrison's jacket off to the tub. Let's slice off the veg and send it to my brother and say that's all that remains. The mouse had a, well, built home up in the loft. I haven't seen them out, well, I've seen them one day out here in the springtime, but he doesn't normally come around until the autumn. I don't mind him coming in, but I get a little furious when he starts destroying the contents of my loft. So he knows what he likes. He really loves a cosy bed and a nice house, and he likes his comfort. So he prefers wool to nylon, and he likes a little bit cotton as well, just to rest his head on. But anyway, it's a lovely day, so let's make tracks, Andrew, down to this dumping ground. Hi there, it's the 30th day of May 23. I was speaking to you earlier on when I was discarding all that stuff to the tip. Well, this looks like a tip, but it's not. This is the area over here where I collect my nettles. It is close to arable land. The livestock is normally kept in the other field. Sometimes they're in here. If they're ever in this field for any reason, then I decline to pick them in this vicinity for obvious reasons, because you can get a sore gut if you've picked up any cattle disposal. These milk thistles is also something else I pick in August. I'll come back to that one. But I've got a decent handful of nettles and I've stuck them in the tub, and I'll show you later on me making a quick nettle soup. Totally instant, next to nothing costs. Half an onion, some butter, and a little stock, and that's you. So full of vitamins, really good for you. Pleasant day. It's just about as hot as it was in Egypt in January. Actually, my car thermometer said it was 29 degrees Celsius when I left the house at 10 minutes ago, about 4:15ish, 4:20. I think that's not correct. It's just where the sun's been beating through the windows. I'd say it's about 24, 25 just now, maybe 23. It's very pleasant, of course, and I'm double parked. Well, I'm parked along here, just I need to get back to my car. I've got the hazard lights on right enough, but nobody would expect me to park here, because not many people go and collect nettles, you see. The cuckoo's on the Lonzy Hill at the moment. So it's been getting closer to me. I've heard it first at Amory this year, so it's getting closer. It's maybe coming to my garden. This is I've tramped every inch of this. Honestly, I've been everywhere in this estate. Climbed up and down. Well, that's where the witch was rolled down. The witch's stone is over that way. One of these days, perhaps in the autumn, I'll have a tramp around and show you all the... I have taken footage of it previously, but I don't think I've loaded it all. I might come round to it. It's just because I've got to make sure things are interesting, not just about what I'm doing. I mean, I know it's my own website and vlog, but I want to try and retain a bit of interest. I want to try and keep up my humour, and I want to try and you know, make it as varied as possible. But as I say, this is my nest because no one else comes in and trods around here, so that's why it's an ideal spot. There's no dog walkers or anything that comes in here. It's so it's absolutely ideal, and the sun's on the nettles for most of the day, so yeah, very good. Okay, let's have a disappear. So the in-house thermometer says 24 degrees Celsius, so I think that's about right. We're in the shade now at the Kelty Brig on the Manee Road, and I mean, it's fine for walking in the sunshine, but you know, you get all hot and bothered and sticky, and frequent showers are required and all that sort of stuff, and even working in the hot sunshine, it's not entirely good for you. Not really. Not when you know, for 11 months of the year in Scotland we have a very temperate climate, and we're not used to these sort of hot temperatures, and you can get yourself in a all kind of fizzled up, can't sleep at night, and itching, and you know, dehydrated and all sorts. So it's best to do like the most of the Southern Europeans do, and just take it easy in the afternoon. I'm not suggesting you have a siesta, but certainly you should be doing what most of them do, is sitting out in the shade and, you know, enjoying the evening rather than the hot noon sunshine. But because it's such a rarity here, we tend to expose ourselves to it as much as we can, just to, you know, soak it up. But, I'm quite pleased that today I've got many of my jobs completed from the weekend, and I've got a lot more free time. I've kind of wasted day to day a little bit because I had further admin to catch up with this morning, and telephone calls and stuff to make, because as you know, yesterday's bank holiday means that most people were not in office and all that sort of stuff. And I had to call my broker, and he's currently out in where is it now? He's in Riga at the moment. Yes, he's over in Latvia, so he's not back till tomorrow. But I was thinking that now that jobs are done, I have to think about travel plans again, and I've been exhausted from my travelling adventures from well, basically from last July onwards. It was a lot of ground and distance covered, so I'm quite satisfied that I've put my energies correctly to the right places, and tomorrow's wood delivery will be the last major haul. It takes a bit of time to get it all transferred to the back area and then stacked up neatly, and I'll keep a record of that for you. And then I'll decide on whether I should make that additional shed or wood store for that other open area. But as I said, there's no rush for that at the moment. So that's all I've got to tell you at the moment. I'm going to zip home now and prepare this nettle soup for supper, well, for tea, and it's very delicious. And actually, I'll go and have a quick search. I'll get a couple of sprigs of the garlic mustard. See it there? It's sitting there, but I need to get it away from the roadside, so bear with me. Well, hello there. I'm back home again, and as you can see, I've stuck the nettles and the garlic mustard into the fresh cold water just to give it a rinse. what I'll do is just chop them up this, and then I'm going to chop up half an onion, put some melted butter into the pot, and slowly allow that to melt with the onions, and then we'll chop this up and add that. I'll come back to you when we do that, okay? Hello again. So that's the onion and butter all sorted off. Just remember to mention to you, always put the boiling water across the nettles just to kill off any bacteria which might not be washed off in a cold rinse. But also, most importantly, as I said before, once in hot water, boiling water, it loses its sting. So all parts of the nettle and the garlic mustard are of course edible. So that'll go in there. What to do is I like to add some lentils just for a bit of bulk. Don't need really that much. Half a cup there. Another thing is a little stock. Now what I find useful is these packets of stuff you get for like the chicken casserole and stuff like that, these powder things. If they're closing to their sell-by date and you're not intending to use them, or indeed if you see them on special offer, as I did with this particular batch, 29p each. To be an M job actually, I thought 29p, well that saves a lot in stock. So just add a little bit of this, that gives you a chicken flavour. Just give a wee bit extra there. So that's not a whole packet, that's just about a quarter of the packet. Never put boiled water straight into the stock mix. I'm using cold water here. Okay, so we can turn the heat up a little bit. As I said before, I'm electric. I prefer gas. I might actually get a gas cooker, but I want an Aga. Take a little bit of boiling water. And that's your soup. That's your nettle and garlic soup with a little bit of onion and lentil. You don't need to add that, but that is absolutely packed with vitamins and really tasty, very nutritious. I would give that probably about 45 minutes on the stove just to get the lentils all cooked off. So that's your nettle soup, and you don't even need to bother with any other components, but just to spice it up a little, that's what to do. And if you want to put some seasoning in later, you can do it. But with these things, I always find they're over salted anyway, so don't worry about that. So enjoy your soup. I did mean to say I'm going to slice up this docket leaf as well. It's been thoroughly washed, and this is from the garden, and that's been well washed, and that will be sliced up as well, and that will add additional nutrition to your soup dish. Enjoy.